Well, welcome to the first newsletter of 2022 here from the Wiltshire-Somerset border at Iford Manor. It's a lovely time of year, this sort of pre-spring, isn't it? False spring, I think we call it, as the snowdrops are out and we're clearing the borders ready for the summer to come, and we're planting up. And Steve Lannin, who's our new head gardener here at Iford, has joined us and is ready and raring to go in the borders, and we'll be talking to him in a minute. But the big news is that you can now buy tickets for this summer season on our website. So jump onto ifordmanor.co.uk and secure the prime spot for your favourite day of the year, your favourite week, whatever it is, wisteria time, rose time, cherry time, or the autumn. You can also get season tickets. We have this lovely little group of people who like to support us on an annual basis. It's just £40 and it allows you to come and go as you wish throughout the year. It also gives you 10% off in the cafe for the obligatory cup of tea afterwards, so that's good news. Down in the cafe itself, we have really nice jazz brunches. They've been happening through the winter. We've also got two happening in March before the season starts, so the 6th and the 27th, and it's really nice to have some live music and a very relaxed environment for that. And in the evenings, we do supper clubs, which are themed evenings put together by our head chef, Jack Brewer, always drawing on themes, international themes from the garden, or something that's related in some way to Iford, whether that's Sicilian or Southern Spanish or Roman or whatever. So come along to those. Now on the same nights as those happen, very often there will be a behind the scenes tour or a champagne tour of the garden. Champagne tours are nice when we can peel the onion of history a little bit with a glass of fizz in our hands. And Steve Lannin does our behind-the-scenes tours. They're usually, to be fair, in the morning, when we go and we find interesting places and things that are happening that you don't get to see when you come as a visitor, whether it's the glass house or seeing Alison the propagator or whoever it is, and whatever's happening that's interesting at the time. Now, what you can't buy at the moment are tickets to our Iford Manor Jazz Festival, which we're launching this year as a sort of a follow-on from our successful Bounce Back series of concerts, this summer just gone and the summer before. Claire Martin OBE, the magnificent jazz chanteuse, will be curating the programme, and it will include such great names as Martin Taylor on guitar, who will be performing here in the cloister, candlelit. I think it's going to be an epic evening. Rachel Arto's Giants, a bit of jive, fantastic from him, and Joe Stilgo will come to entertain us too. So there's lots going on, and it's going to be a fantastic summer. We're very excited about it, and whether you come to visit us as a garden visitor, to come just for the restaurant, the cafe, or as a walker to the valley, or to one of our events, you're extremely welcome, and we look forward to seeing you. Now, I caught up with Steve Lannin a bit earlier in the week to talk about the Roadside Border, where we have a full replant going on, and so, just as a little bit of fun, we had a chat about that.
Well, the big news this month is the arrival of Steve Lannin, our new head gardener. Steve, welcome to Iford.
Thank you. Yeah.
Not before time, I think.
I'm glad to be here. And also, we've had amazing starts. We've had lovely frost, blue skies.
You've been blessed with some
I
good,
have,
a good
haven't I?
January,
Yeah.
Now, we're standing in the Roadside Border, which was cleared a couple of years ago in order to get rid of the weeds. Ground elder principally is our main nemesis here, isn't it?
I found a bit of that already, yeah.
I thought you might. It's a national collection, actually. And so the plan now is to get things back in the ground.
Absolutely.
What is the plan?
What is the plan? Well, this bed is an interesting one because there are views we want to keep. For example, we've got this amazing view behind us down to the bridge,
lovely,
which we want to preserve. But also we want to block out some of the views of the road below, because obviously we don't want to see that. Also, we've got quite a lot of plants that have been saved from the past, like the birches here and a Philadelphus, a winter sweet, which smells amazing now. And that sort of complicates kind of what we do. So what we've done is we've collected together some of our interesting shrubs we had here over in the nursery anyway, and just laid them out to see what might work here.
Well, I can see some traditional things like the Juniper communis here, which is obviously very, very much native.
Yeah.
But also something like this Olearia is very unusual.
It is unusual, yeah. It's a very interesting form, lovely dark stems, and there's quite a few sort of dotted through here, different species, and we'll sort of see how we feel about them over the next week or so before we...
Through these, which are obviously quite small at their current
Yes.
sort of state. What do we run through?
Well, the sort of plan the planning progress now is to run through perhaps some iris or Mediterranean herbs like sort of lavenders or some rosemaries, just to sort of give these shrubs a chance to get up and out, but also to give a little bit of understory interest.
One of the challenges in this bed is structure, isn't
Absolutely,
it? Because you've
yeah,
got these
yeah.
large shrubs which are sort of historically inherited, so
Yeah,
to speak,
yeah.
and they're not necessarily the shrubs that you'd pick in the places they'd be in today.
Possibly not. No,
So-
but they're here.
but having put in the cypresses in the last year in front
Yeah.
of the cloister, I think we're looking now, aren't we, at bringing some stone pines through into this bed to just link the Mediterranean vibe at one
Yeah,
end
absolutely,
with the cloister
absolutely.
structural vibe at the other. And
Yeah, and also we've got some over in the walled garden as well, which you can see from the cloister and from sort of that end, and so again it'll link across.
ties it all together.
Yeah,
which is really nice.
yeah, and a lot of these shrubs will then sit under in time the canopy of our stone pines.
Well, Steve, it's great to have you here. We're thrilled
Thank
that you've
you.
joined us, and
Yeah.
I wish you many, many happy years of
Thank
success
you,
at Iford
yeah.
as we develop the garden together into
Definitely.
the long term.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Now, you may have caught a glimpse of Iford in the 125th anniversary edition of Country Life, where this very terrace, a photograph with Harold Peto sitting on his half-round seat, was included from, I think, back in 1907. It was really kind of Country Life to include us in that wrap-up of what they'd done with gardens over the century, because actually much of the information that we have about the garden here derives from those early images, which were largely taken by Country Life photographers over 3 different successive visits in a decade. And that particular image for me is very poignant because it is Harold Peto sitting in his own space, in his own garden, which itself is in some way a sort of alien space to the English countryside, and yet sits so comfortably in the countryside itself. So it's lovely to be involved in that sort of project, and I hope that we will see Country Life back here again soon to capture the garden as it progresses in the next few years. So, look ahead, enjoy the time with this beautiful sunshine in this crisp weather, and we'll see you in the summer.